S is for security.
Hi, I'm Bec from Be Free Emotional Fitness Training, and I support women and girls to become emotionally stronger.
And I'm Vern from Move Forward Mentoring, and I specialise in male mentoring, helping boys and men find their passion, speak from their heart, and build better relationships.
And together we are rekindling relationships. We work with couples through mentoring sessions as well as facilitating communication and creative workshops to build deeper connections.
Welcome to our podcast, designed to help you strengthen and bring more fun into your partnership, as well as create a more loving, healthy, and strong connection. Hey everyone.
Hey everyone.
So today we're talking about security, and not security as in, have you locked the door before you go into bed? It's about security as a couple.
Relationship security.
How do we make ourselves feel more secure? Maybe what is security? What are the things that hinder security?
Why is it important?
It's always why it's important, and maybe ways that you can build more security in your relationship. So security, when I think of security in relationship, I sometimes think of attachment and that secure attachment styles, and that when we have a secure attachment, we're no longer worried and like running away or avoiding or dismissing. We're just feeling really comfortable in that relationship to say where we're at, what's going on for us, and know that the other person's going to hear it, going to recognize that it's us trying to process our stuff, not be triggered and run away, but be able to sit there and listen to me or listen to us when we speak, and everything's going to be okay. We're going to allow ourselves to move on and heal whatever old stuff we're carrying.
And the more secure you feel, the more present you can be in the relationship every day and not in your head, which affects everything else, doesn't it? Your intimacy and everything.
Can you tell me about, for you, that idea of feeling secure? When you're secure, you're not in your head. So can you explain that to me from your perspective as a woman?
Yeah. So if I'm feeling really secure, I'm feeling really content, really happy and really chilled. If I start feeling a little bit insecure and I get in my head and I start worrying about what's going on or why I'm starting to feel unsafe, why is my relationship feeling a bit threatened? Why am I feeling a bit threatened? Yeah, then I'm basically all stressed out in my head and worrying, and that will affect how we are with our intimacy too.
Yeah, that's something I think a lot of people don't realize, is that when you are feeling insecure, when someone in the relationship is feeling insecure, that it affects the physical intimacy. And then when it affects physical intimacy and all of a sudden you start having trouble in that space as well, then it creates more insecurity and more worries.
Yeah, you withdraw, don't you? You push away and it'll affect everything. But the more secure the connection, you have this beautiful, content atmosphere and the intimacy is much deeper. What about you? How does it affect you from a man's point of view?
I guess from my point of view, when I feel insecure, then I start second-guessing myself. I start second-guessing us, go up into my head, and I start thinking about, what have I done? Did I do this? Did I do something? Have I created this? I tend to worry and get stressed more. I find I get way more stressed when there's a problem in our relationship than I do with other things when it comes to like work. So when I'm feeling insecure, I start getting anxious and I start feeling a bit edgy and not knowing what to say and what I should do, or am I saying the right thing? Then I shut down because I think, I'm going to just muck it up. I'm just going to make a mess. So I shut down and then I retreat and I try and avoid a conversation, or because I feel that maybe it's something I've done. So I do a lot of that self-blame. This is something I've done that's created a issue in the relationship. So therefore, I don't know what to do. I try and run and hide. Now I know that more and more. That's what I do. I'm more likely to go, I'm starting to retreat. Okay, I better have a conversation about this. And when we have a conversation about it, then I feel a bit more secure and I'm able to work my way through it. What do you think hinders security?
I think there's a few things. I think that the inability to feel like you can be open with your partner when you feel insecure, because that's not easy to do, because you feel like you're going to push them away. If you say, I'm feeling really insecure, you got a phone call from this person and I'm a bit worried what's happening there. It's made me really uncomfortable. from my own point of view, sometimes you sound like you're overly self-conscious or worried, and you come across as very insecure, and that's not easy to open up and come across like that to your partner. So I think a lot of people will internalize it and just shut down instead of talking about what's making them feel unsafe.
And you have to have a secure attachment to go deep sometimes. If you have a very insecure attachment and you don't feel safe with your partner and you don't know how to communicate, then you probably hold it in and push it down and suppress it and retreat more, which creates more insecurity. So you actually have to go the opposite way, don't you? You have to go, right, what is actually challenging me right now? What is the thing that makes me feel the most worried about doing? It's generally about having to communicate that thing that's going on inside my head, because if I say it, then you might think I'm crazy or I'm needy or there's something wrong with me. But I think when we do it, when we say exactly what's going in, that creates more trust, because then the other person knows how we're feeling. Oh, you're acting like this because you're thinking like that.
Yeah, to talk about your triggers isn't easy, but whenever we do it, personally ourselves, we would rather the person say it than just shut down. Neither of us think, oh, the other person's needy and crazy and being insecure. We just go, oh, okay, let's talk about that. And we find out what's triggered that response.
And I think knowing what's triggered the response means that you can be a bit more compassionate to the other person as well. Because if you know that what's actually going on inside their head is nothing to do with you, then you can be more giving to that person. If you know that the thing that's going on inside their head is to do with you, then you can actually do something about it. So either way, it's a win for the relationship, having that conversation.
Ultimately, you don't want your partner to feel insecure. You want them to feel safe and loved. So you're going to do whatever that takes, aren't you, to make your partner feel like that?
Yeah, because security is key, isn't it? Security is key to intimacy.
Everything.
Everything.
A healthy relationship, and a deep connection.
Because security is trust, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've got to be able to trust each other, and to really trust each other, you've got to be able to speak openly about where you're at. And you might not have had that in the past. You might have grown up in a family where you didn't feel secure at all, which has then probably created your attachment style, or it was just inherent in what you do. And we spoke about this in our episode A is for Attachment, how a lot of these attachment styles were in there from birth. So you can't do anything about them. So you're going to have to work with what you got and get better at it and get better at attachment.
And that's the key. It's not easy to say what's happening for you, but if you don't, you act all weird, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
We all do.
Oh, my goodness, you get so weird.
But we all do. Like,
No, me, I'm never weird. I'm so normal. You're the one.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person out there. There's somebody else out there going, yes, I do that.
There's nobody out there. And everyone else is calm.
Somebody
it's only
save
you.
me.
It's only you freaking out, running around, going, "Oh my god, I feel really insecure right now."
So instead of getting to that step where you're acting all weird and getting all in your head, and this story is getting crazier, try it. Talk about it, and actually approach it from that point of view where I'm feeling really uncomfortable and insecure and scared because of this. Can you help me with it? Not blaming the other person.
Yeah,
I think that's an important point, isn't it? Not saying, "Hey, you did this and it made me feel like this."
Yeah, you're all to blame, because then it's a win-lose situation, isn't it? I want to win. I want to feel better, and you have to lose for that to happen, rather than win-win. I feel bad because of this thing that happened. Can you help me?
Well, quite often it is an old story, isn't it? Like we've mentioned before in other podcasts, that's triggering a response. Getting your person to help you with this, because it's probably not even a big deal.
No.
But it's an old story that's triggering us, making it a big deal.
Old stories, really?
We all have them.
No, just you. No, we all have them. We all have these old stories are like putting on a pair of muddy old glasses, dark glasses that change the actual perspective, the view of what we're seeing. We have a situation happen. We react in a way that takes us back to when we were a child or something in us, rather than what's actually happening then. And when we can speak about how we're feeling about this situation, what's going on, and be really honest, then there's an opportunity for healing because we learn that it's not reality. We're just creating this idea, and our partner gets to see a little bit more about us and go, oh, when this happens, you feel like this because of this reason. You know, it's like bringing all this stuff, bringing this old story into the light, and when it's in the light, it just dissolves, it just fades away.
It's so good and it's so important. It's not easy to do, but it's the only way that your relationship is going to feel safe.
And secure.
There's this great quote that I read the other day, and it said, if you never heal from what hurt you, then you'll bleed on the people who did not cut you.
Ooh.
So it's, you know, if you don't do your healing, because this is all part of healing, isn't it? You know, old stories from past childhood,
experiences, whatever,
attachment styles,
something
that make you feel unsafe. If you don't process them, and your partner, if they love you, which, I mean, let's hope you're all in a relationship.
Just change tack like 3 different directions, but go on.
You know, they'll want you to heal. They'll want you to heal, and they'll want you to feel secure, and they'll want you to feel safe.
And they don't want to be covered in blood.
No, you don't want to be covered in all your triggers.
Covered in your triggers.
All your insecure triggers. Well, so let's help each other. So that's my point, isn't it? That you need to help each other through this and talk it out.
When we help each other feel more secure, there's really an opportunity for growth there. Growth as a person, as an individual, but also growth as a couple. And imagine if you could spend the rest of your life, and this is what I would hope, that I can spend the rest of my life with you, where those old stories don't even bother coming up anymore because we've healed them, and then I don't even have to think about them. That life becomes one of ease and less chatter and blah, blah, and old story poking his head.
That will happen. I believe that definitely happens as time goes on and you keep processing things as they come out, and do it quick. You know, I think that's the key too, isn't it? Don't let it fester.
Don't let it fester. Get on with it. Interesting to think that our parents never really had conversations about this sort of stuff. They didn't really think it was their job to help heal the other person or support the other person in their healing. So they never did that. But by us doing this for each other, being there to make each other feel more secure and feel happier and feel more connected, then our children get to be able to enjoy that as well. They get to enjoy being part of a secure family.
It's so important. So today we've talked about security in relationships and what gets in the way of that and how we can be more secure in our relationship. Join us next time for
T is for Triggers.
Thanks for listening. Please subscribe and follow us.
And check out our website at rekindlingrelationships.com.
Bye for now.
See ya.